All right, chat. So today we have a very special treat. My favorite white boy. We got a compilation of my favorite white dude. The wonderful JJ Redick. If you're watching on YouTube, bro, you're missing out. You could be here live when this is in full effect. But hey man, you want to be over there? That's cool, but we gonna be over here, continue to do our thing. I appreciate you still. I still appreciate you, so make sure you hit that subscribe and that like button, bro. And yeah, man, we gonna get right into it. We got JJ Redick owning Stephen A. Smith for 17 whole minutes, chat. If he ain't rap song, then he's a great, bro. You're weird, bro. That's he's talking about. He's talking out his ass, chat. Don't pay him no mind. Sorry, he's a little bit on the, you know what I mean? A little bit on the loopy side. That's still my guy though, chat. That's still my guy though, chat. Shout out, big ups to Big High C in the building. Big High C in the building. Shout out to Big High C. All right, y'all. But yeah, come mess with all the links down in the description. All the links are down in the description. Go run the TikTok up, run the YouTube up, run all of it up, chat. I really appreciate y'all, chat. Seriously. And okay. Thought my AirPods died, chat. We're good to go. So yeah, JJ Redick owning Stephen A. Smith for 17 whole minutes. Let's see, chat.
You just said that Jimmy Butler was a perimeter shooter, and I love Jimmy Butler to death. I really do. He's one of my
Tripping off the
favorite
sheets
players,
potions is
one of my
crazy.
favorite teammates I've ever had, but I think that's the first time I've ever heard someone describe Jimmy Butler as a perimeter shooter.
How does the volume sound?
Hold on, wait a minute. Jimmy
How does the
Butler's all
volume
his
sound,
points don't come
Carl?
from
Let
finishing
me
at the
know.
basket. We've seen him hit plenty of perimeter shots. He can do that.
Okay, he can.
He can do that.
He can, Stephen A. Stephen A. Sure, he can, Stephen A. Anybody in the NBA can. Up a little bit. Anybody in the NBA can make a perimeter shot, Stephen A. Sure, they're all capable. They've been playing basketball since 3 years old or 1 year old. I would hope that everybody in the NBA, they're at the highest level. Everybody in the NBA can shoot a perimeter shot. And most people in the NBA have made a perimeter shot. That does not mean that you can't describe him as a perimeter shooter. That doesn't make sense. Bad take, Stephen A. Bad take. Shout out Jimmy Buckets, though. Jimmy Buckets is crazy. Jimmy Buckets is one of my favorite players, dog.
Quality of jump shooter as a Jimmy Butler? You saying Jimmy
Butler's
that bad?
I'd have to look up Jimmy's numbers for
I
the
wouldn't say
mid-range.
he's
I would,
that
but Giannis
bad,
shot
but-
over 42% from the mid-range this year, which is
tell
well
him.
above league average.
Tell him, right?
Oh my God.
And Jimmy
Tell
shot
him,
20s in
JJ.
the threes from three for the last
First of all,
2
Jimmy
years.
Butler missed some time during the season. Let's take that into consideration. A lot of times.
What did he say?
Jimmy
In
Butler
this
missed some
time,
during the season.
what
Let's
do
take
they
that
say,
into
chat? The greatest ability is availability. So what did he
A
say?
lot of times.
Why
from a
would you?
system-
What does it have to do with his shooting
Me in there,
percentage?
man.
What is that- Jimmy
You
Butler
would-
basically
you would not know what they
not
was talking
shooting
about, bro.
threes.
Wait a
Now
minute,
he's knocking down threes.
Not CP3
somewhere
versus
in the 30s during the
dismissing
playoffs.
his
He is not-
numbers.
he is not
I'm
deciding.
not
He basically stopped shooting threes.
I'm not
waiting for
dismissing
JJ
his.
to wake up.
Well, first of all, JJ frowns at all this stuff like he's scaring somebody. He's scaring no damn body. I appreciate the suit.
I'm
though.
not
It is
trying to
pretty
scare
fly.
you,
The
Stephen
point
A.
that
I'm trying to
the shooter-
debate
the
you, and
shooter's
I'm
pretty
trying to
fly.
point out how
Well,
erroneous you are sometimes.
I don't think I'm erroneous. I don't
Erroneous
think-
is
first of all, it's
crazy,
very
Chad.
rare
You
that
can't
I'm
take that,
erroneous, so
Chad.
Let's keep that in mind because
You
wouldn't
can't
sit
take
across
a-
from- You wouldn't
bro.
waste your time sitting across
You
from
letting
somebody
JJ
who's
Redick talk
erroneous
to you
that
like
much,
that?
So we know better than that. So that's
I
a lie,
knew
number
Max
one.
was right when he
Number
pulled
two,
your card.
Let's take into account the fact that because Giannis is coming
Say that for
downhill,
Mike's
a lot of
community.
times he gets wide open shots because people are literally daring him to shoot because they don't want him coming to the basket because they know how unstoppable.
But then
he is.
again, Jimmy Butler isn't as lethal as Giannis at going towards the basket. Giannis is like a top 3 player in the NBA. Jimmy Butler's what, top 15, top 10 in the playoffs, top 3 in the playoffs sometimes. Yeah, but you can't compare the skill sets just because their skill sets are so far apart. Like just because they're both considered not jump shooters doesn't mean they're the same player archetype.
close to the basket. If there's anybody, I challenge you, since you so big on
Uh-oh.
analytics and you so bringing up the numbers. How
Uh-oh,
many
chat. It's getting
open
spicy,
perimeter
chat. It's
shots
getting spicy,
does
chat.
Giannis get? Simply because people are praying he takes those shots and they'll take those chances. They don't even contest them 90% of the time. He's shooting a jump shot because they're so petrified of him getting to the basket. That's an eye test thing. Numbers don't tell every story. Not every story.
I'm talking about
He's watching the games, chat.
Turnarounds in the post. I'm not talking about three-point dare shots.
We talk about that with Giannis too.
I'm trying to think of a time in the playoffs when I didn't see a contested mid-range shot from Giannis.
Ooh.
I disagree.
Ooh, he's saying, now he's
Go back to
pulling.
the
No,
numbers for
actually,
about the
you
second
didn't
hour. Don't worry.
watch.
By the second hour, I'll have
It's
You'll
crazy.
bring me all the numbers. You'll bring me all the numbers, and I won't give a damn about the numbers because I actually watch the games too. You understand? I watch the games, so I didn't say you don't. I
You
just said you're
just
talking to
Oh,
somebody
okay.
who
Oh,
does
and he's
watch
walking
the
back
games
now.
every night.
He's walking. He's walking.
But a
back
lot
now.
of times when we think about MJ, for example,
Oh, here we go.
obviously he's the one person that draws those
Hold
comparisons.
on, chat. I'm gonna take a
What
quick nap.
ultimately comes up short is the level of fear that was instilled in you. You didn't mess with MJ. You didn't come at MJ like that. You didn't do stuff like that. People, and I'm not talking about Isaiah Stewart, I'm just talking about period in terms of opponents and how they come at you. You believe that you wondered what you was going to do about this. With LeBron, you believe you can take him. You believe he can be had, whether it's because of the teammates around him, the system he's playing in, the people that, whatever skill set you bring to the table, et cetera, et cetera. You just view him differently. And throughout the years in covering the league, those are all the things that I've consistently heard. I'm talking fear factor. Fear factor. That's just not something that has ever been associated with him.
There's a lot to unpack there.
Go ahead, man.
There's a lot to unpack there.
Oh,
First of all, two of the guys you brought up in that conversation.
who, chat? What are they talking about, chat? Huh? I don't know, chat. Here, let's
Kobe?
just continue to visit.
Got two-piece
Kobe.
by Chris Childs.
Yes, Chris Childs.
Ooh,
Michael Jordan got the hell beat out of him for years by the
by the Detroit Pistons, yeah.
They challenged him physically. To say that LeBron, who's won 4 championships, multiple league MVPs, made the finals 8
Top
straight
two,
years,
top two
to
at the
say
very
he's
least.
not feared by players?
Yeah,
Not
bro.
feared.
I don't know whether to believe that you believe what you're saying.
Aw, dang.
That's crazy.
Well, it's not crazy. It's not.
That's crazy.
It's not crazy, and you know better. You know better.
When-
You've been in the. You've
But
been.
hold on.
in the-
But
you know, go
when
ahead.
has there been a situation, if you're talking physical confrontation,
No, I'm not. Listen.
physical confrontation,
Listen. Well,
if that's what you're referring to,
I'm not- I'm
nobody's
just- I'm-
ever
I'm-
challenged LeBron like that. Why would they?
Nobody could challenge him. I
Exactly.
forgot who it was, the center that played for the Chicago Bulls when he shoved LeBron to the ground, pushed him to the floor.
Oh, who was it? Oh, chat, who was it? It was definitely not Omir or Sheik, but oh yeah, chat. I gotta look that up. We gotta look that up, chat. We gotta look up Bulls center that pushed. What the heck am I typing? Pushed LeBron. Who was it? Nazim Muhammad. That makes me mad. Shout out to Nazim Muhammad. He did push that nigga LeBron on ground though.
There. What I'm saying to you is this: if you watch the
dang.
game, which you do,
I personally wouldn't let Nazim Muhammad do me like that, LeBron. As a top 2 and not 2.
I played the game, but I played the game,
I know-
Stephen A. And I played against
Oh,
LeBron
now
in
he's
the
playing
playoffs.
that card.
And I played against LeBron. I played against LeBron for 15
you
years.
fear what he can do. Listen, you fear what he can do to you on the basketball court because nobody could ever question the greatness of LeBron James.
Okay,
But what I
then
am
we're
trying
not
to say to you
we're
is
not
that
talking about walking past like, oh my gosh, LeBron. Nobody does that but Jordan. Just, oh my gosh, LeBron, Michael Jordan. I don't even know what to do. I have to change my name. Like, bro, come on.
that you look at him.
Crazy.
There's certain things with MJ in the era that he was in. I've spoken to Isaiah. I've spoken to Dr. J. I've spoken to Kareem. I've spoken to Magic. I've spoken to other folks. There's a culture that existed in the 80s, into the 90s, into the 2000s, or what have you. When you look at LeBron and you compare him to some of the preeminent superstars that have played this game, when it comes to fear, That's one of the differences.
Do you mean because LeBron's more accessible, like in terms of the personality, and where MJ wasn't like one of the buddy guys?
That could be. That could have a lot. That could have a lot.
Bro, I love how in these debates they be bringing up stuff, anything that isn't basketball, bro. Anything that isn't basketball, they bring up, bro. Literally anything that isn't basketball, they bring up. That's weird, bro.
The thing is, we're talking about the greatest player who ever played the game, which I believe to be Michael Jordan. And a lot of times when
some
you
people can say that's
delineate the
LeBron, and I
difference
agree
between
with LeBron.
whether it's Michael Jordan or it's LeBron James, they're talking about a fear factor. There's just certain things you knew that you wasn't going to do to MJ. You could come to MJ on the court, but the things that people have done, the way that they
hop off the meat stick, man. Hop off the meat stick, bro. Shaboing, as Lo would say, shaboing boing, bro. What? What happened to MJ was in this day and age? What happened if MJ? Oh man, MJ would be cold because he's literally at the worst top two, bro. Anybody that's the top two at anything, at the very least, is gonna be cold in any era. I hate that. I hate that argument.
Talked about LeBron James.
I hate talking about that. That's just stupid.
Behind him in the media, behind his back and stuff like that. You hear stuff 30 years later about MJ. A lot of times you didn't hear that kind of stuff going on because there was a level of respect and fear. And
also, media wasn't what it is nowadays. Social media was not a thing nowadays, so it took time to travel. They was doing that shit basically by horse-drawn carriage.
I say respect because LeBron has always been respected. But yes,
Stephen A.
Yes.
Hold on a second. LeBron has grown up in a completely different world that existed in the 80s and 90s. There was no.
That's
first
why he's
take
my
in the
favorite
90s.
white boy.
Could you imagine
First take
in the
in the
New York
90s,
Knicks series, LeBron or MJ going to Atlantic City the day before the game and coming home at 2 a.m. Social media, this show. It's all you would talk about for days.
Facts.
No.
For days.
No.
Facts.
Yes, it would be.
How does this make him better than Kareem? How
Because
does this
as far as I'm
affect his
concerned-
case against
listen,
Kareem?
Let me tell you what I said back there. Because I'm glad you brought that up. Michael Jordan went out and gambled, right? And Michael Jordan, hypothetically, I guess it was in the millions or whatever, he might have lost. My response was, you have any idea how much money Michael Jordan's worth? What do you care?
Bro, clowning him. He is. He playing. JJ be playing with his food too.
I'm
You know
saying
what he's
the point that I'm trying to make.
The reason people talk about LeBron, though, is because he lives in a 24/7 news
They would have
cycle
talked about
all the
anybody,
time.
and it would have been just as bad, if not worse, for MJ, no doubt about it. But I'm talking to you about respect and fear. There's no question. We ain't talking about respect for LeBron.
And I'm
James.
disagreeing
We know
with
that.
you completely.
And so you're saying,
There's no credence to Stephen A's argument, JJ.
so you're saying that the people like that, the fear that Michael Jordan instilled in people, that's what LeBron did?
Yes. Yes.
In a different way.
I love JJ, bro.
I love
Oh, I almost
But to say
flew
that
all the way
his
back, chat. I
peers
love
don't fear
JJ.
him,
Fear.
Opposing coaches don't fear him.
Fear.
You
Listen.
think people want to go into a playoff series against LeBron?
No, I'm
No.
not talking about basketball. I'm not talking about basketball.
Then
On
why?
the-
What
I'm
is the
acknowledging
conversation?
great.
This is a
What
basketball
I'm saying
show.
to you,
This is a
the
basketball
way
segment.
people talk about him, the way they look to attack
'Cause-
him, and I'm talking.
It goes back to what JJ just said and what I was saying. It's a completely different era. People are going to talk about him different because they're going to talk about him more. Anybody can have opinion nowadays. Back then, it was just a journalist or whatever. No, but not everybody could be a journalist. Nowadays, everybody could be a journalist if they wanted to. 24/7, exactly. 24/7 spotlight.
Talking about
It's easy. People have, there's, bro, we see it
basketball.
all the time. Parasocial relationships, bro, where people just think that they know somebody that they never met before. It's weird, bro. Parasocial relationships are a real thing because of social media, bro.
I'm not talking
This
about his
is dude
performance on
Stephen
the
A.
court.
talking
That's
about.
not what I'm saying. And by the way,
Who's attacking LeBron? Who's attacking
What do you mean?
LeBron?
I'm talking about over the years, people that have come at him. Come on, JJ. I got to go to my archives to look this up. To
I
tell
would
you
love.
that.
I would love from a play. Find me a player, more than one.
right.
Find me a player who's attacked LeBron.
To answer your
Oh my
question,
Rather have Luca or Steph with the game.
I
on
think
it?
the answer is Luka here. That's not to say I don't trust Steph in
Yeah.
the clutch. The reality is.
Well, it depends. If it's a 3-point shot, Steph. I feel like Steph is your best bet in anything 3-point related. Anything 3-point related, I think Steph is your best bet for real. Steph is definitely your best bet in that aspect. But Luka's dynamic scoring ability, Curry is a damn good scorer in his own. Just when we're talking about scoring, not just shooting, people forget about that in this game a lot. People forget about that in this game. People forget about that in this game. People forget how good of a scorer. People forget about his handles because that's how good of a shooter he is. But I feel like if we're talking about right now, especially Luka is on demon time too. Don't even get it twisted, Carl. Come on now. Luka's been better than Steph this year, but even then, game on the line though. Just taking the question for what it is, game on the line. I think you should still give me Steph, but I can see why you would say Luka. I give me Steph. Give me Steph. Compared to Steph, yes, literally. Luka's a bad man, bro. You don't watch basketball enough to be saying that. Overall, no, just
this season
right now or the past few years.
Luka has more game winners for his career.
Actually, he's better this season
than anyone. He's got a game winner in the playoffs, a little step back three.
That crazy. That was a crazy step back three against the Clippers, I believe.
think the size matters. The ability to make passes if he gets double teamed because of that size matters.
Yeah, that's not.
I'd rather have Luka.
I could see that, but Steph is just crazy.
It's a very small sample size. It's only
Steph is
been
just
what we
such a
talked about
troll.
earlier, 4 years.
That's a crazy
So
game.
it kind of be hard to kind of give him a crown
I'd
of that
have
after
been
4 years. All the work that Steph's put in, all the work that that he's changed the game. Literally changed the game. I got to go with Steph Curry. Easy, cool. Easy.
I wouldn't say it's
close.
easy, but Steph Curry, not even
I
close to
agree
crazy,
with-
Pat Bev.
I agree with Patrick, with Bev right here.
Bro, I was actually
no,
about to
let
hop
me
off
explain
after
something.
this. I
Let
ain't
me
even gonna
explain
lie.
something. You know,
This is probably gonna go on YouTube. So
I've
shout out to
always been a
YouTube.
fan of
Come to
J.J.
Twitch.
Redick
Come fuck
because
with
I
the Twitch.
always
Come
loved
go
his
go
ability
to
to
the
shoot the
TikTok
ball,
and all that, bro.
particularly
But
on the
Finn, we
move,
gonna
and
get
I
in
just
tomorrow.
love that
I'm off
about him,
tomorrow.
and
We
I
gonna get
consider
in. We
J.J.
gonna get some in
Redick
tomorrow,
to be
bro.
one of the great shooters
surely.
that we've seen in NBA lore, to be quite honest with you. There's a few up there with you, obviously, but I've always considered that, and I've told you that years ago, long before you ever came on TV. I consider Steph Curry to be the greatest shooter God has ever created.
Duh. It's not.
And
That's
a lot
a
of
duh
times,
at
and a
this
lot
point.
of times, people talk, and they talk about him like he's somebody because he never captured a Finals MVP or something like, this dude,
cares?
he ain't getting it done. I will remind everybody, not just about the 3 championships, not just about the 5
If we
trips
get
to the NBA
twins on there,
Finals.
that's challenge.
I would remind everybody that Steph Curry
Man,
is a
stop.
career 26-6-5
Man, don't nobody,
player in the postseason.
don't nobody want to play because
Shooting
you be trying to be like
45% from the
this
field.
dude Carl on the game be trying to be like hold on, breaker. There's 3 people northeast, 4 people southwest. Yeah, breaker. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna slide cancel. I'm gonna do this. Ain't nobody trying to play against you, bro.
And
You be doing way
39.8%
too
from
much, bro.
three-point range. That's the career
said I ain't
postseason number of Steph Curry. This brother is the greatest shooter God ever created. He can shoot from anywhere. The corner, the wing, the key, 20 feet,
y'all
30
killed
feet,
against
40
mine.
feet, 50 feet.
Now you getting a
He
little
can
out
shoot
of
with
hand.
his eyes closed
Yep.
or wide open.
Yep.
What's wrong
He can
with
shoot
that?
falling away,
I agree.
standing still. This brother
just know
is the
JJ's
greatest
about to
shooter
cook him somehow.
ever.
Even though I agree
Ever.
with Stephen A.
And then, by the way, the free throw line, you're talking about a dude that's a 90% free throw shooter. We look at Luka. Luka's pressure. Luka's big time, JJ.
Nigga
Luka's
said
big time.
free
Nobody's
throw
taking
line.
anything away.
I
And
guess,
obviously,
bro.
as his
I
career
mean,
continues
yeah,
to
I
ascend,
guess,
we'll see
bro.
his postseason prowess just continue to evolve and elevate. No shade on Luka
Luka's
whatsoever.
crazy.
I was watching y'all on Get Up an hour ago. And what's the thing you said, JJ? I mean, you're complimenting somebody, but in the world we live in, that means you throwing shade on somebody
Yeah,
else. That's
that's
you're
crazy.
absolutely right.
Just
It's
because I say I like apple juice and you like orange juice, all of a sudden a problem. That's so weird to me, bro. That's so weird. That's a culture I would never take apart.
utterly ridiculous. I'm glad you were willing to call your contemporaries out with all of this sensitivity training that they evidently need, because you can't compliment somebody without somebody else taking it as an insult. We're not throwing any shade on Luka Doncic whatsoever. I'm simply elevating Steph Curry. And I'm
Yeah,
telling you right now,
I can agree
when
with
I
that.
talk, you
Steph is bad, but Luka's a
Luka
bad
hit clutch
motherfucker, too.
shots. But over
Luka's
the
a bad
course of
man,
a
too.
series, what's his percentage going to be shooting from the field? What's it going to be from the free throw line? I think we both know Steph Curry is a more reliable dude than he is in that regard overall, and that's why I'm going with Steph.
Surprised that the Celtics came back in this series?
Not at all. I thought they were the better team, and this series really showed 2 things. Number one, Milwaukee needed Chris Middleton. Their half-court offense was terrible in this series, and they were going against the best defense, not only in the regular season, but in the playoffs. 80 points per 100 possessions in the half-court. So much was on Giannis's shoulder in this series, and they couldn't get anyone to have offensive output at an efficient level. Drew Holiday did not have a good series. This was all on Giannis's shoulder. They needed Middleton. The second thing is Milwaukee's defense. I don't understand the strategy of allowing Grant Williams, a 41% shooter in the regular season, a 41% shooter from three in the playoffs, to have 17 standstill looks. I'm not including the 18th one because it was a bad catch and he threw it up at the end of the shot clock. 17 line you up, practice shots, 9 feet away.
Bro got a Prince William cut. He definitely do, but bro, Grant Williams can hoop.
That is ridiculous.
This dude's look.
Why?
Because they were still trying to recover from what Jason Tatum did to them in Game 6.
Dang.
I'm saying that's what the hell happened. You had Budenholzer so petrified of Jason Tatum getting going that he sat up there in game plan.
Coach
and said,
Bud a job. Coach Bud could
make sure he don't shoot, damn it.
You already know how Stephen A. be with Molly.
And he scared the living hell out of them.
Shout out Molly. Shout out Stephen A. Shout out Pat Bev. Shout out JJ. I really rock with all these. I'm trying to be at the top of the stream and stuff. Like they're at the top of the game and top of the
Pritchard
and the analyst stuff.
Pritchard,
I
don't care.
I was like, who?
Pritchard.
Pritchard
the preacher. That's a fire name.
Right.
Like, come on,
That's what
man.
it look like. They uncle.
Throughout the whole game.
He do look like somebody uncle, Chad.
They're going to give up a ton of three-pointers.
Be like, he'd be like, back in my day, we made the state championship, 1987, boy.
The overreaction, but Bud has never overreacted in the playoffs. He's said this is how we're going to guard, and we're going to guard this way, and we're going to do our system over and over again. Right. And we're going to rely on Wes Matthews and Drew Holiday to make it tough on Tatum. Okay. And they had some success in this series. Okay. Game 5, they had success. Game 1, they had success.
Well, there's a couple of things.
So I don't buy the overreaction. This is just how they guard.
You can say you don't have to buy it. I don't buy it. Damn it. That's what I'm doing. That's number one.
Ooh.
Number 2, they did shoot 433.
Get him, Stephen A. Hold on.
Let's not forget the fact that Grayson Allen had no business on the court. He was a disaster in this series. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget the fact that Bobby Portis didn't have a good game yesterday either. They had
Bobby Portis.
No, Grayson Allen was feeling.
Who?
No, let me finish.
Man, stop. Why are you naming these people on your show? They get no play in our locker room in the NBA.
No,
Dang.
I'm pointing out that they didn't produce. They didn't produce. Giannis, but wait a minute. Giannis kept kicking the ball to him. The fact of the matter,
he got to kick the ball to somebody.
Middleton wasn't there. Drew Holiday did not have an effect. Can I mention him? You gonna tell me not to mention him?
He had to take all this energy and
he ain't thinking basketball. He thinking basketball.
The point is, I'm just naming a multitude of players who had.
Listen,
I'm just.
Basketball is crazy, bro. We're getting out of here with that, bro. This is crazy.
Anybody that. Anybody that the Greek Freak was kicking the ball to, who were wide open and missing shots.
I got a question for you. If you're the Milwaukee Bucks,
if I'm
last summer, coming off a championship, would you be willing to give P.J. Tucker 2 years, $15 million?
Yes, I would.
Yeah.
Like the Miami Heat did?
Without question.
This series, to me, speaks to them not bringing him back because they had to play big. They had to play big. So they didn't have him on the floor. They don't have any wing depth because Middleton's out. Drew's exhausted. They've got Lopez guarding shooters on the perimeter. Them not bringing P.J. Tucker back was going to bite them at some point, absolutely, and it bit them in the series.
So when you say them,
P.J. Tucker's solid role player. Shout out to
P.J. Say words that sometimes our viewers don't understand.
The front office, the team.
There we go. Let's just say. Okay, so if the front office would have did their job, basically what you're saying, and brung the defensive player and P.J. Tucker back, they would have had a chance.
It would have helped.
Okay, well,
it would have helped. I'm not saying he would have solved their half-court issues, but some of this sort of lack of versatility defensively, wing depth, having to have Drew Holiday take on a bigger role on offense and having to guard Tatum or Brown, plus having Lopez Portis on the floor at the same time. Like, you can go small with P.J. Tucker. Grant Williams maybe doesn't get those threes in a Game 7. That's all I'm saying.
I appreciate the breakdown.
Because he can keep up.
They should have never let go.
Yeah.
PJ Tucker. We said that when they did.
Pay him.
When they paid the man.
Pay him.
We said it automatically.
Pay
it was a stupid decision, especially when you just won the chip.
Pay him.
You just won the chip.
Yeah, run it back if you won the chip.
Listen, regardless of the numbers KD put up, for example, you saw how PJ Tucker was going against, how much he made him work. You can't minimize that. You don't let go of somebody like that. That's what they did. which is why I brought up Grayson Allen. That was one of the reasons they let him go.
Ooh.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports.
All right, chat. Hey, that's it, chat. W video. Shout out to my man, 6 Man Sports, for the compilation of JJ Redick owning Stephen A for 17 straight minutes. And that he did, chat. That he did. Oh, man. Shout out. That was a really good video. I really enjoyed that. We're going to definitely have to see what's up with a lot more basketball. I'm definitely trying to get a lot more basketball oriented, but I'm trying to do a little bit of everything, chat. I'm trying to take over the world, chat. Let's take over the world, chat. And if you're on YouTube, come mess with us live, yo. Just come mess with us live. Come mess with us live. The links are always down in the description. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Come follow us on Twitch. And yeah, YouTube, I appreciate y'all so much for watching. The original video is in the description as well. Y'all take care, man. Peace.